Today, I'll be spending 24 hours on Qatar Airways, sharing my experience on what is often regarded as the world's best airline. In this video, I'll be covering everything from the food, in-flight entertainment, comfort and much more. Whether you're a frequent flyer or planning your first long-haul trip, this video will give you an insight on what you can expect when flying with Qatar Airways. But before that, we have to start from the great state of Indiana. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now let's get on with the video. So we're about to take the first flight of 3. This is going to be a very long journey. We're going from Indiana to Lagos, and I think total flight time is like 24 hours. So I'm gonna update you guys in a bit. So yeah, it's gonna be a very hectic journey. So yeah. Our journey today comprises of 3 flights. First from Indianapolis to Dallas, then a 15-hour flight to Doha with a short layover, then finally a 9-hour flight from Doha to Lagos, which makes for a total flight time of just over 25 hours. Alright, so just to go from Indianapolis Airport and we're on our way to Dallas. The flight time is about 1 hour 45 minutes. I think I got the window seat, so I'm able to get some nice views. So, first flight done. Now to Doha. So right now I'm currently at the gates to go to Doha, Qatar. It's a 15-hour flight, so this is going to be a long one, so I'm probably going to sleep throughout half of it. Not long after this, we made our way to the jet bridge for our second flight of the trip. Our flight today is on one of the 7 Boeing 777-200LR aircraft in Qatar Airways fleet. This plane boasts a 2-cabin configuration featuring 42 of the iconic Q suites in a 1-to-1 layout for maximum comfort and privacy, and an economy class of 191 seats in a 343 arrangement, which tapers towards the tail of the aircraft. I'm seated in 20 Alpha, my second window seat of the day, providing me with some fantastic wing views. There are 6 lavatories in economy class, so the ratio is 1:32, which isn't terrible for economy. If you're on this flight, you might want to pick any of the front row seats in each section, or seats 18 and 29D, as they come with extra legroom. Q suites. Whoa. After boarding, it wasn't long until we started pushback and the iconic safety video started playing.
Welcome aboard this Qatar Airways flight. Please pay attention as we take you on a journey to our many destinations. Exits and walkways must be kept clear at all times. Baggage should be securely stowed in the overhead compartments or under the seats in front of you.
Shortly after the safety video, we were ready for departure as we lined up towards the runway for what was a rather smooth takeoff. Hurling down the runway at 180 miles per hour is a feeling that never gets old, and being privileged to have a window seat, I was treated to stunning night views of the Dallas skyline. Alright, so we've just taken off from Dallas, and it was a rather smooth takeoff, but for some reason I actually feel very sleepy. So I think I'm actually gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Okay, so I wasn't able to get any sleep because just as I was about to get some sleep, they started the meal service. So yeah, I'm going to review the meal, of course. So I had the chicken with the rice. The presentation is okay, so let's see how it tastes. And if you can't tell from my facial expression, it wasn't really the best tasting, although I still did manage to clear off my plates. The second part of the meal was some sort of salad, which I thought was a corn and green pea salad, but I was terribly wrong. And as for the taste, Next up was the bread, which was warm and quite soft. Tasted pretty decent too. Then finally for dessert we were served chocolate ice cream and it was rather underwhelming. A very good thing about these Middle Eastern super connectors is that they do offer metal cutlery even in economy class, and that's always a good thing to see because some other airlines use plastic cutlery in economy, so having metal cutlery is a very very nice touch. After the meal, I did manage to get some sleep, and when I woke up, I decided to catch up on Family Guy because for some reason I only watch it when I'm on planes. The in-flight entertainment system, or X1, offers a wide variety of TV shows and movies, although it does not compare to Emirates ICE, which is in my opinion the best in-flight entertainment systems out there. And unlike ICE, or X1 does not offer full seasons of shows, but one or two random episodes from random seasons of a show, which I've always found to be quite weird. As for the Wi-Fi, you do get 1 hour free when you sign up to the loyalty program. However, if you want to use Wi-Fi for the duration of the flight, it would set you back $10. With a little over 2 hours left in the flight, it was time for breakfast. I had the omelette with spinach, which was accompanied with fruits, a bread roll and yogurt. I also had a cup of coffee and apple juice, which I always seem to have on every flight. After breakfast, I decided it was time for a seat tour. Starting with the legroom, Qatar Airways economy cabin on the Boeing 777-200 offers a rather generous legroom. I'm 6'2" and I didn't find the space too restricting. In front was your seat pocket, which had your safety card, which everyone should read by the way, and some extra storage spaces. Waiting on each seat was an amenity kit which consisted of a pair of socks, a toothbrush kit, air plugs and an eye mask. Pretty much what you'd expect in an economy cabin on any long haul flight such as this. Also waiting on each seat was a pair of headphones, a plasticky pillow and a blanket which weren't the best quality. I suggest traveling with a neck pillow if you are thinking of enjoying your sleep in economy cabin. The recline on the seat was very impressive and made sleeping much more comfortable. Just make sure to ask the person seated behind you before reclining your seat. The seat also features an adjustable headrest, so if you move frequently while asleep, this may be a bit useful. Each seat had its own remote to control the entertainment screen, which I found to be quite useful as the touchscreen was a bit unresponsive at times. On this flight, there was no universal power outlet, but each seat had its own USB and LAN ports. The toilets on board this flight were decent enough. They didn't feature much amenities, which is expected, but generally they were fairly clean throughout the flight. By the time I got back to my seat, we had already started our descent to Doha, and the approach into Hamad International Airport is one of the best in the world.
Welcome to Doha. So right now, we are currently on our way to our gate C55. We landed like 2 hours ago, but our gate wasn't shown on the screen. So we just showed the gate number on the screen, so we're on our way to the gate. The transit time is like 3 hours. So right now we're just walking around and trying to explore the airport. It's a very large airport. But yeah, so we're currently on the way to gate C55.
Alright, so we are currently at the gate C55. We're departing I think by 1:30, in another hour, 15 minutes or thereabouts. Yeah, so hopefully it's gonna be a smooth flight. I mean, everything so far has been rather chill, rather smooth, rather routine. So yeah, I hope this flight is no exception. Since I had a bit of extra time, I decided to use that opportunity to tour the Orchard, which is Hamad Airport's indoor garden that was inspired by Changi Airport in Singapore. Conveniently, it was situated just right beside my gates.
So right now I'm at the indoor garden and this is really nice actually. But why would you have this in an airport? But I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a very, very nice touch, very nice thing to have in an airport. In case you have a long layover, you can chill, there are benches around, and like the garden spots, you can have a nap, you can have a picnic there if you want. It's a very, very nice one. There's even a giant waterfall here, so in case you want the refreshing sounds of water dripping, or just like nature, something that you can just chill around. And yeah, it's a very, very good place if you want to take pictures. So if you have, if you're traveling with a partner or like your family members, if you want to give you a nice picture, this is the place to do it. So yeah, it's a very, very nice place.
Afterwards, I realized they had made the final boarding call for my flight, so I had to rush to the bus terminal. Hamad Airport seems to love using bus gates for some reason. After what seemed like a 5-minute trip, we were finally able to board the plane, and I used the opportunity to get views of the beautiful 787 Dreamliner. The 787 Dreamliner also boasts a 2-cabin configuration featuring 22 business class seats in a 1-to-1 layout and an economy class of 232 seats in a 3-3-3 arrangement. After 2 window seats, I was sat in 23D for the final leg of this journey. There are also 6 lavatories in economy class, so the ratio is 1 toilet for every 39 passengers. So as you can see, we're on board. Yeah, so we're moving from Doha to Lagos. I'm on 8-hour flight. So yeah, I think we are about to taxi. Seems like they've shut all the doors. So yeah, update you guys after takeoff. Although I didn't have a window seat, I was still able to enjoy the takeoff due to the lovely cameras on the 787. Overall, the economy class on the Dreamliner is a better product than the 777, as it features an updated cabin, a much larger, more responsive screen, and you do get a larger catalogue of TV shows and movies on the Inflight entertainment system. On this 9-hour flight, you get the same amenity kit that was given in the previous flight, and also waiting on your seats are a blanket, a pair of headphones, and a pillow. There is no universal power outlet, but all seats come with the USB ports. Around the 4-hour mark, breakfast was served, and I opted for the same choice as the previous flight, which was an omelette with spinach. With just under 3 hours left in the flight, I decided to check out the lavatory, and it was pretty much the same as the 777, but just a bit cleaner. I got back to my seat, and before you know it, we had already touched down in Lagos. Now, if you know anything or two about Nigerian airports, you know how camera phobic they can get, so I wasn't able to get much shots on arrival. If you're planning a trip and are considering using Qatar, you won't be disappointed, and if you've flown Qatar before, please tell me what your experience was like in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful or informative, you'd love my previous video, so give that a watch as well. Also, make sure to give this video a like, as it helps out with the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. And with that being said, thanks for watching.